Thank you, Chairman Meeks and Ranking Member McCall, and thank you to our witnesses for being here today. Really appreciate it. Under Article 1 of the Constitution, and everybody said this today, but I mean, it just bears repeating, Congress has the power to declare war, to raise funds for the military, and to make rules for the military. Article 2 makes the president the commander-in-chief. It's really that simple. Unfortunately, over the years, Congress has abdicated its constitutional authority to the executive branch. The president may be the commander-in-chief, but Congress and Congress alone has the power to authorize the use of force. While I believe we should replace the AUMFs, we must narrowly tailor them to current terrorist threats as well, and this should be done in a bipartisan manner through regular order and only after thorough due diligence is done, and that includes hearings with the White House, DOD, the intelligence community, and our regional partners. What we should not do is make a political statement by jamming through a standalone 2002 AUMF repeal without any replacement whatsoever. This would unnecessarily inhibit our troops from responding to our national security concerns in the region. There are terrorist groups active in Iraq that are not targetable under the 2001 AUMF because they're not an associated force of Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, or ISIS. Now, I served 3 years of duty in the Middle East, so I know firsthand that terrorist groups are crafty, they're adaptive, transnational. If they can take advantage of a repeal of the 2002 AUMF, they will. And we don't want them to thwart our protection just by changing their name or stepping across the border. And I say this with my party out of the White House. We cannot let a turf war between Congress and the executive branch interfere with our national security objectives and the safety of our constituents. And I urge my colleagues to remove the standalone 2002 AUMF repeal from Thursday's markup and to work with our side of the aisle and their side of the aisle in the administration to craft a balanced bipartisan solution. My questions, in 2015, several months after he began operations against ISIS and pursuant to the 2001-2002 AUMFs, President Obama proposed a new draft AUMF that would have specifically authorized him to use force against ISIS except for, and I quote, enduring offensive ground combat operations, end quote, which is expressly excluded. My question is, should AUMFs get into managing the conduct of the hostility itself, or should it just identify the enemy and then let the president prosecute the hostilities as the president sees fit? This whole notion of associated force, is that something that has to be articulated every time by Congress, or can it be broad enough at the beginning? Is that term in and of itself enough?